So here's some sad piece of news, but news that we really should have seen coming because it's just the way the world works, but really sad news. Sentai Filmworks, which if you guys don't know is a company that has released a bunch of different anime over I want to say, my head says last few years, but I'm pretty sure it's been like probably 10 years by now, right?
Mm,
They've released a lot of different anime, a lot of stuff that's usually on Crunchyroll. So for anyone that's fans of stuff that they see on Crunchyroll or other streaming services, usually Sentai Filmworks will pick that up and put that on DVD. If you want to support companies that way instead of streaming, you could then watch it through Sentai Filmworks. It's it's sadly they're phasing out DVDs by 2019, right? So that's the news. If anyone doesn't know, that's the news that's going on.
right.
So I say this because we mentioned this, Tristan and I mentioned this in the opening. If you guys saw that or heard that, he and I have not really jumped ship to Blu-ray as much yet. We'll watch stuff online that's in HD, right, like through Crunchyroll or other
Right.
streaming services, but we don't really watch Blu-rays. I have
Yeah.
some Blu-rays actually. I have some Fullmetal Alchemist Blu-rays, Brotherhood Blu-rays that I actually I split the costs with Satish Ram, another podcaster, Let's Player on our multiple channels that we have, because I heard rumors that Aniplex was removing their license from Funimation.
Mm,
So I immediately with Satish I was like, we're buying these,
right.
and so we did. And yeah, I don't know. I assume they did. I have to actually go check if it actually did happen. But because I heard it was happening, I was like, we're buying them now, and we did. So I really sad about this. Tristan, will this make you jump to Blu-ray? I mean,
Uh,
you don't buy much from Sentai Filmworks actually. So does this affect you personally?
Not really, no. But it
But yeah.
I get the sadness behind it, and I mean, I guess you could say we're behind the curve in jumping to Blu-ray, but
Well, we are. I mean, 4K is already out.
true.
I'm not saying I prefer 4K, but
Yeah.
it's out. 4K TVs exist. So, and to be fair, it's getting to the point where companies just to try to sell DVDs, they're making DVD Blu-ray combo
Right?
packs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the biggest
just
thing now.
that's the biggest. It's the biggest thing because companies are trying to somehow sell their DVD stock because apparently DVDs are selling lower than they ever have, depending on the company.
Mm,
Also, another thing too, by the way, in case you might be wondering, because let's say Tristan, there's like an old anime that you really like,
yeah.
and you're really frustrated because a Blu-ray of it's coming out, and you're like, man, I just want to see this on DVD with standard quality, right? Well,
Right.
here's something interesting. If and you also don't like Blu-ray upscales, right? You're like, oh, these Blu-ray upscales are terrible. They don't make the anime look any better unless the anime was natively in quality like 720 or 1080, right?
Yeah. Right.
Here's something interesting. You can buy a Blu-ray of an anime that's in SD. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so basically you could buy like one Blu-ray disc of like Dragon Ball Z Season 1,
Right.
right? So there's 26 episodes on there. They're DVD quality, but 26 of them fit in their full standard definition on one Blu-ray disc.
Right.
And what some companies have been doing is they haven't just been releasing 26. They've been releasing like 52 episode series in
Mm,
SD quality. So 52 episodes on one
one
Blu-ray.
disc. Okay.
So if you're worried about, that being an issue, like, oh, hey, like the only issue, of course, would be Tristan does have some really kick-ass CRT TVs at his house that I want to steal from him because they can play light gun games.
Oh,
And we can't play those on our Those Guys Play channel because I don't have a CRT television. So if you're ever getting rid of that thing, I will steal it from you, sir.
sometimes it's good to be stuck in the past, isn't
I
it?
want it. But what matters is I will have it. But in all seriousness, right? So you do have one of those. I don't know if there are, Blu-ray televisions that are Blu-ray televisions. Blu-ray. There's just Blu-ray built into the TVs now. No, I don't know if there are Blu-ray players that have AV in the back.
Right.
I mean, there are HDMI to AV converters if you're ever wanting to go Blu-ray, Tristan.
Right.
And if you're sitting there like, what would I want to go Blu-ray? Well, Tristan, first off, the PS3 that I gave you plays Blu-ray.
True.
Actually, oh shit, Tristan, no, Tristan, this is not planned. I just thought about this. No, Tristan, the PS3 came with its own set of AV cables.
Right.
So you can actually play Blu-ray on your TV.
Okay.
So look at that. Tristan is just fine. Look at you, Tristan. Jump back to 10 years ago, but you're still just fine. Just got your PS3. Look at him. So Tristan's fine. So he's good. But, I mean, the reason why this is sad, Tristan, right, is because it isn't just for Tristan. And it isn't just for those that haven't, moved on, like me and like Tristan. It's sad because a company like Sentai Filmworks can't make money just selling DVDs.
Mm.
And that DVDs, at least at Sentai Filmworks, are going the way of VHS tapes.
Right.
So now, as anime fans, we're not just going to have to look at VHS tapes as, oh, hey, these are some titles that never got, brought over to DVD. Mm. Now we're going to have to look at DVDs and go, oh, look, this is a title that never got brought over to Blu-ray.
Right.
So now that's the future we're going to have to fucking look forward to. The only good thing, like I just said...
Future.
But you know what, dude? It is funny, but like I just said, at the very least...
Right.
The jump in disc space for Blu-ray is so high that if a company did want to re-release a DVD to Blu-ray, it's super easy.
Right.
Where like now, because think about it, right? Where like with VHS tapes, right? It was so much easier to put a whole season on DVDs. People were like, oh wow, companies were like, oh wow, this is so easy to do that if we have a full series of something, we might want to release a DVD of it.
Yeah.
Right? The only thing that got lost were some really cool OVAs that maybe never got brought over to DVD. But when it came to series, I don't really think, and please correct me in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube if I'm wrong, I don't think there are any full series of anime that were released on VHS and never on DVD. Because of how easy it was to just take the medium, which was, think about it, Tristan, right? When it comes to VHS, you really couldn't put an entire season on one VHS tape.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, with DVDs, when people were starting to know, like, hey, you can put more storage on this, that's when people started revolting, like, 4-episode anime DVDs.
Right.
Right? Or 3-episode anime DVDs. But when it comes to VHS, you had to do it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, some VHS tapes only had 1 episode on it.
Right.
Because it was like the final episode.
Yeah.
Which, ooh, my heart and my wallet. But now, with it being so cost efficient, a company could go, well, if we have the license or want to, reattain the license or just get the license for the first time for an older anime series that's 26 episodes long, you can fit that, extras, director's commentary, all on, and even some behind the scenes stuff if you wanted to like redub it or something.
Yeah.
All on one disc for Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, as much as I don't like DVDs being phased out, I'm actually okay with the future if it's making series more cost efficient for companies, which then would mean that they would want to release them.
Right.
That's pretty good, because if they look at an anime and go, ooh, this anime isn't the next Dragon Ball Z or Evangelion, but it's still going to make us some cash, they can then put the whole series on DVD in SD.
Right.
For those that either don't want, for those that are like, oh, I have a Blu-ray player, but, I don't necessarily have the best TV like yourself, or for those that sit back and go, hey, I don't like upscaled anime.
Right.
Because some anime don't look the best when upscaled. Or some of the colors get muted or changed or, just...
Yeah.
You've seen some pictures. You've seen how some of them can look.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with this. Also, by the way, I don't know if... I don't think this was... Yes, this was released in the article itself. just in case anyone is nervous, because they're like, what about seasons 1 through 3 I've gotten of whatever show it is? Sentai Filmworks will, even if it's 2019, so even if it's 2020, they will not stop releasing DVDs for seasons that they started on DVD. So in other words, if we take, I know, I think they released, Hayate the Combat Butler.
Right.
Which you may have heard about that show, Tristan. They've released that show on DVD before. The show is still ongoing. They are still licensing it.
Right.
They will not stop releasing it on DVD.
Yeah.
When it comes to a brand new show that just got released in 2017,
yeah,
even in 2017, they're going Blu-ray exclusive.
Blu-ray. Right.
That's all. So that's why they're saying we're phasing it out by 2019, because they're trying to make sure that everyone who's bought something originally on DVD will have their beak wet. Will be doing just fine.
Right.
If there's a season 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever it is of something that's coming out just this year that they've already released, it's coming out on DVD. So everyone can relax there. We don't need to freak out over, if you have seasons 1 to 5 on DVD, now season 6 is going to be Blu-ray exclusive. That would suck. I understand why people would not be big fans of that.
Yeah.
So at least they're, I think, doing the right thing. And they're trying to do that. So kudos to them for that. And it sucks for you and I and for many other people out there that they're going Blu-ray only. But, if they're not making money and they keep on printing DVD releases that don't sell, they go out of business.
Yeah.
So, if the alternative is Sentai Filmworks doesn't exist anymore, I guess we got to phase out DVDs.